Hi everyone, hi my dear YouTubers, it's Alex Davison with you today. Let's talk a little bit about property, about real estate. Lots of you are asking about it. Should we purchase real estate upon arrival? How much would it cost us? Is that true that real estate in Canada costs a lot? Etc, etc. Here's my personal outlook at the situation. Again, it's highly individual. Of course, every situation differs from city to city, from town to town, but I will try to give you my personal understanding of that. Look, let's face the reality. Real estate in Canada costs a lot. Not just a lot, like terribly a lot. It's expensive. It's extremely expensive. And many of you are coming from the countries where real estate ownership is somehow, I would say, the signage of welfare. It's signage, say, of being a rich person, of wealthy person, and lots of you somehow believe that ownership of land or ownership of real estate would make you a rich person. Okay, situation is different in Canada. It's way different. And what you would probably experience when you come in, your first real estate agent or your second real estate agent, probably the first one, would probably try to push you towards purchasing something. Purchasing a property, purchasing, that could be anything, right? Your first apartment, your first house, like absolutely anything. Do not fall into that trap. Average costs, again, pretty average, but I will try to give you an idea. Say, a condominium in Toronto would cost you about 300,000 Canadian dollars, depending on a place or depending on an area, depending on the number of bedrooms, but probably it will start from $300,000 up to $500,000 or above. Okay, house, more or less decent house, say, would cost you from $600,000 and up to $1 million. Okay, I'm not saying that million would be maximum. We're talking about average properties. Okay, and what real estates are telling you, like those agents would tell little guys, say, why would you rent if you could buy something and pay your mortgage out of that amount? Again, it's not true. What they usually forget is that you would have to pay property tax. You would have to pay maintenance. If we're talking about house, it could be anything. It could be roofing expenses. It could be extra and extra and extra and extra and extra. Okay, in a situation when you just came in, okay, and you do not have those spare money to spend on a property, up to you, of course, but if you ask me personally, do not again fall into that trap. Don't do that. Do not rush to buy. It does not mean that if you're renting, you are living, say, below average, you are somehow not Canadian, or you're not living that Canadian lifestyle. Not at all. Okay? Save as much as possible. Make sure that your family expenses are covered. Make sure that your living expenses are covered and you are secured. If you got, say, extra 20, 30, 40,000 Canadian dollars, do not rush to buy something. Instead, you may look at the market, what is offered right now. If necessary, like we have financial advisors, they would be able to talk to you how to invest it properly. 10%, 12%. Yearly income, that's what you will be able to generate. As soon as you got, like, say, spare like 100,000 Canadian dollars, and trust me, it will come in a couple of years, well, then you might consider buying your first property. But do not rush, please, for God's sake. Do not do this, because there are lots and lots of options when they will offer you, say, 0% down payment or 5% down payment. At the end of the day, you will end up paying a lot, like much more than you have to. I got a friend, and it's not a joke, like I'm not pulling it out of my head. I got a person, he is working with my wife, and he purchased a property. Sorry if you hear that, but that's sort of a shitty apartment. He purchased it paying for his mortgage, I believe, like 6.2%, while average right now is close to 2, okay, maybe 2.3, 2.4, 6.2. I have no idea how stupid you have to be to do that, but that was, like, as he's saying, like 0% down. Why would you, in a common sense, do that? I don't know. Do not do this. Want to have an advice, want to discuss your circumstances, your situation? Again, come to us. We will do it for you for free instead of wasting your time and money. At the end of the video, our contacts. Got questions? Well, feel free to ask.